The land was called Al-Munazir, the waiting. It was a vast, sun-scorched plain where the earth was cracked like an old man's palms, and the horizon shimmered in a perpetual heat haze. For years, the rains had been scant, mere teasing whispers that darkened the stone but did not quench the soil. The people of the village, clinging to the edge of this expanse, had grown weary. Their wells were low, their spirits lower, and their fields lay fallow, dreaming of a fertility they had almost forgotten. Among them lived an old farmer named Yusuf. His back was bent not just from age, but from a lifetime of leaning hope against the sky. His grandfather would tell him, "Yusuf, remember the ayah. Our provision is not in the soil, it is in the command of Allah. The soil is merely the receiving hand." Yusuf believed this, but as he watched his grandchildren's eyes grow large with hunger, his belief was tested, residing more in his head than in his aching heart. One evening, as the sun bled into the horizon, Yusuf sat with his wise friend, brother Khalid, a man who saw the world through the lens of Tawhid, the oneness of Allah. "Khalid," Yusuf sighed, sweeping a calloused hand towards his barren field. "Where is this provision? The sky is empty. The earth is barren. We pray for rain, and it feels as if our prayers hit a ceiling of brass." Brother Khalid smiled, a serene curve in his weathered face. "Yusuf, you look at the ocean and see only salt water, undrinkable, deadly to the land. You look at the sky and see emptiness. But Allah is the alchemist, the musawer, the bestower of forms. Come, let me show you the factory of your rizq." He led Yusuf to a simple wooden table under the vast, star-dusted canopy. On it, he placed a bowl of water, a pinch of salt, and a clear glass. "The first lesson, the journey from barrenness. Imagine this bowl," Khalid began, sprinkling the salt into the water and stirring, "is the great ocean, miles from here. Its water is harsh, saltier than tears. If I were to pour this directly onto your field, Yusuf, what would happen?" Yusuf grimaced. "It would kill the last bit of life in the soil. It would be a curse, not a blessing." "Exactly," Khalid nodded. "But watch." He pointed upwards. "The sun, by the command of Allah, reaches down with its gentle, unseen fingers and plucks the purest part of this water, the water itself, leaving the salt, the impurities, the bitterness behind. It lifts it, not as a flood, but as countless, invisible, weightless particles. This is the first miracle, the extraction of purity from the heart of bitterness. This is tasfiyah, purification." Yusuf watched, his mind beginning to trace the invisible path. "These particles rise," Khalid continued, his voice a low, mesmerizing rhythm, "and in the high, cold chambers of the atmosphere, they gather.